Once upon a time, in a small town nestled among rolling hills, there lived a doctor whose reputation was shrouded in darkness. Dr. Alexander Blackwood was known throughout the community as a brilliant but terrible physician. His cold demeanor and indifferent attitude towards his patients sent shivers down their spines. Dr. Blackwood had a prestigious education and a long list of accolades, which initially earned him the trust of the townsfolk. However, as time went on, stories of his unethical practices began to emerge. Whispers circulated about patients who mysteriously worsened under his care, their conditions deteriorating rapidly. Some unfortunate souls never made it out of his clinic alive. The doctor's bedside manner was non-existent. He would dismiss patients' concerns with a wave of his hand, brushing off their pain and suffering as insignificant. Compassion was a foreign concept to him, and empathy seemed to be beyond his grasp. It was as if he viewed his patients as mere test subjects for his twisted experiments. Rumors started to circulate about Dr. Blackwood's involvement in the black market for organs. Whispers of him performing surgeries that were unnecessary, harvesting organs from unsuspecting victims, and selling them for a handsome profit began to spread like wildfire. The townsfolk grew increasingly wary of seeking his medical expertise, fearing they might become his next victims. Despite mounting evidence and the rising fear among the community, Dr. Blackwood remained untouchable. His connections with influential individuals in the town shielded him from any accusations or investigations. The local authorities turned a blind eye, either out of ignorance or fear of retaliation. However, a young and determined journalist named Emma Parker arrived in town. She had heard the stories and was determined to expose the truth behind Dr. Blackwood's terrible deeds. Emma spent countless hours researching, interviewing former patients, and gathering evidence to build a case against him. As Emma dug deeper into the doctor's past, she discovered a web of corruption that extended far beyond the town's borders. She unraveled a network of influential individuals who were benefiting from Dr. Blackwood's sinister practices. With each piece of evidence she uncovered, Emma grew more determined to bring him to justice and protect the innocent. The day of reckoning finally arrived. Emma's exposé was published in the local newspaper, revealing the true nature of Dr. Alexander Blackwood and his heinous actions. The community erupted in outrage, demanding justice for those who had suffered under his care. The authorities could no longer ignore the overwhelming evidence against Dr. Blackwood. Investigations were launched, and his clinic was raided. The doctor was arrested and put on trial for his crimes against humanity. In the courtroom, the terrible doctor showed no remorse. He maintained his cold and indifferent demeanor, denying any wrongdoing. However, the weight of the evidence against him was undeniable, and the jury found him guilty on multiple counts of medical malpractice, fraud, and illegal organ trafficking. Dr. Alexander Blackwood was sentenced to a lifetime behind bars, where he would be stripped of his freedom and ability to harm others. The community breathed a collective sigh of relief, knowing that justice had finally been served. Though the scars left by the terrible doctor would never fully heal, the town rallied together to rebuild their trust in the medical profession. The story of Dr. Alexander Blackwood served as a stark reminder of the importance of ethics, compassion, and the duty to heal rather than harm. And the community vowed never to let such darkness taint their lives again.